It's J-Moore, the very best reviews. Tell them none can contest, we gon'
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Raising Kanan. My first reaction for season 4, episode 1. I was trying to get some of these images downloaded, but it's back. It seemed like it's been forever. I'm even wearing my throwback bumblebee colors like Kanan was rocking the blue and yellow. Anyway, what an episode, right? I actually enjoyed this episode. Wasn't too many things that I would point out as a problem or issue. I really like how they explained what happened with Unique, because I knew, and I've said in other videos, that it's no way he was outside all this time while they setting up organizations, making deals, doing whatever. Dude had to be somewhere. He wasn't laying in the bushes for 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So that was good to see exactly what he was going through and how he made it. Hold on, I need to make an adjustment on this audio right quick. So everybody, let y'all make sure if you got any audio issues and you can't hear me, let me know in the comments, please. Hold on, let me set this damn thing up. No, that ain't gonna work. All right, well, I have to do it this way. Yeah, man, they had a lot going on this episode. Hey, this first reaction is what, 1:15 a.m. I just got through watching the episode. When I started my power, why they had me watching episode 1, season 1? I'm like, oh, they going back to 1985. Okay. Oh, they in the park. He a kid again. All right, man, what the hell is this? I had to turn it off. That was about a good 6-7 minutes wasted. Anyway, we see that Rock got knocked up. Unique, he bust a few shots on the way out, huh? He went out guns blazing, shot the club up. He did get a shot off in Rock. A couple of shotgun blasts up in that mud. Blah, blah. I'll never miss a shot. But all jokes aside, I'm trying to get a few of these things over here. All right. Yeah, but Rock got knocked up. She was pregnant by Neek. I wonder if she knew he was alive when she had went to the chop shop. She like, ain't no problem. I've been here before. I ain't about to cry over nothing. I'm about to get mine. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get yours? Hey, look here, little white girl. You want to tell me about it? Let me tell you something. You want to question me? I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna get mine. All right? Now look at me. Do I look like I'm worried? Shut your little ass up. For one, I don't even know why she was even going through all that and talking to that lady after the chop shop. You know, she went to the chop shop. You pay your money, you go and get your work done on your vehicle, and then you leave. What you going to talking to her for? This over. What you gonna reverse it? You gonna stick it back up in there? It's over, baby. What you want to do? I'm surprised she even went in and talked to her. Anyway, before I go and start rambling and getting started too much, let me get into some of these comments. You know, damn, I see one comment. I'm shocked. So CR22, you said terrible, boring waste of an episode that nobody needed whatsoever. Damn, tell me how you really feel. I don't think it was bad. Man, am I getting old? Am I tweaking? I thought I'd be really holding stuff accountable. I didn't see it as this bad. I didn't see it as terrible. It wasn't boring. I was interested. Hey, let me tell you something. I just woke up with my alarm at 11:50. I almost forgot that it came on tonight, to be honest. So if it was boring, y'all, I would have went back to sleep because I was asleep. I was tired. I've been doing a lot today, and I was tired, and I almost didn't do it. And I was like, I'll just come in the afternoon or something tomorrow or whatever. instead of going live tonight. And this had popped me up. This actually popped me up. Like I was watching, I'm like, man, after I watched that 1985 or whatever, then I'm watching, I'm like, oh, okay, this pretty good. Let me get to the top of the comments. I'm gonna go through these comments right quick, then we gonna go ahead. If you want to talk about something about this show, let me know. And also, I'm gonna put the link in the description. So if anybody want to come up and chat, we'll do that as well in a few. But let me know if you got any comments or anything that you want to talk about the show in the comments, or you want me to talk about, and I'll get to it. Rashonda, what's up, sis? First in the building, boy. Rashonda, you stay undefeated almost, don't you, girl? You up in this, boy. I love that. Appreciate you. Kay Leezy, how you been? Hope everything is good with you. Glad to see you, as always. Omeezy 20, what's good? Salute from Boston. All right, Omeezy. Good to see you, fam. I ain't seen you before, but glad you're here. Let's see, Pepper, what's up? What's up? Good morning. Ambi Bambi, what's good, girl? Glad to see you. What you think of this episode? Let me know. CR22, you say you hated that people cried about dude getting killed, as I knew this crap would happen and take at least an episode, but it looks like really it'll take the damn season. What? Take the season for what? To realize that he gone? I don't know. But I really feel bad that I didn't complete that video that I made and put it out that he wasn't dead. I knew that. I knew that. Besides, I didn't think he had enough injuries to die. Yeah, you can get punched one time and fall and die. That's true. It don't take much. But him being a young, healthy dude, I just didn't think he was dead. You say back to the same storylines. They do recycle some storylines up in this piece, don't they? All right, let's see. JB, you said it was trash. Okay. Damn. They always try to incorporate New Day stuff with stuff from the 90s. Yeah, I think that was kind of New Day with that old talking after the chop shop stuff. Because in my experiences, they don't do all of that, at least back in the day. I don't know what they doing now, but Big Bird say he wouldn't have pulled out. He'd have shot that club up too. Let me tell you something. Patina Miller, damn, she could wear some 90s and 80s clothes, can't she? Patina Miller looks really good on this show. And the reason I say it like that is because I haven't really seen her on any other shows. She was on one show I saw her in, but she was like, it was a period piece or something. Like she was in slavery or something. I can't remember what it was. Wasn't that big of a role, but she looked good on this show. I'll tell you, boy. Let's see. Damn, this ain't the worst episode of Raising Kanan. It literally did nothing. I mean, it was the backstory. Crystal Black, that shit felt like one of the last episodes of the original Power season 6. It could have been 30 minutes. Wow. Y'all was mad at this episode. Y'all leaving a lot of good comments too. Let me try to get to a couple of them right quick. You say, no, I'm not a CR22. No, I'm not a corny person that says it's bad when there's no crazy killings or whatever. I'm saying as a story, it does nothing. If anything, this season will ruin season 3, and that's just sad. I don't agree with some of these. I'm going to explain my thoughts. Let me go to a couple more comments. Hans D. Lassiter. It was necessary to give us the backstory so that the fallout that is sure to come would make sense. I agree. I agree with you, Hans. Hans Gruber. No, but I agree with you, man. I think that was good. I like to know the backstory because they've done too many things and made people survive and do things, and it doesn't make any sense, and they don't explain it. We still don't know how Tariq got around in New York the first 3 seasons, that show. So it's a lot of other things. I think this was good. Let's see. CR22, the mystery of the inner workings of the storylines that ended season 3 is pretty good. Now they want to go in on it, and that's just not going to make it better. Okay, I see how you kind of made. I mean, I don't think they're going to go in on it. I think they was just giving us from the other angle of what happened, because we only saw that side of the story. And so to see Unique walking up, people want to know how it happened. What's good, Cam? How you doing, sis? Good to see you. Appreciate it. You say, I'm glad they flashed back. I really wanted to know what Neek was up to. I enjoyed the episode. I agree with you. I'm glad they flashed back and told a little bit of it, because they have gone too many times with not doing that. And in my mind, some of these storylines, like it's a few in Power Book 2 that didn't make sense to me, because they didn't go and fill in the details one way or the other. They don't have to do a flashback all the time or whatever, but they leave out the details of how characters did or got somewhere or whatever, and I think that was a mistake. So this season kicks off with a flashback, but it's kind of given a flashback from a different perspective. We're seeing what happened from Unique perspective. So this episode kicks off with we seeing Unique in the woods and thrown by the garbage, and he gets himself together, makes it to a payphone. They still had those back then, luckily. And he was able to call one of his boys, who is a comedian, Chris Red. And I have to give Power this recognition. It's not good or bad, but they use a lot of comedians in their show, which as a comedian, I like that. But they use a lot of comedians, and they usually make them bad guys. They don't really have them telling jokes and things, but they do use a lot of comedians. He a comedian, been on Saturday Night Live, whatever. Anyway, I think they made his belly big, though. Anyway, he come and pick Unique up and take him to the hood doctor, which is usually something like a veterinarian. And in this case, that's exactly what it was. So he ended up going to the vet. And while after hours, of course, you know, he can't go in there. It would be in the line with the German Shepherds and a Shih Tzu. He already shit tea. Anyway, he go in there and dude hook him up with a little bit. That's why he got this old jigsaw stitches. He should have went to the emergency room, New York General. Anyway, he ain't want nobody to know he made it. I doubt they would have known. They ain't up in there paying attention to the hospitals. But anyway, you know, Dr. Doolittle, he ended up helping them. But he did very little in many ways. He ended up helping them, but now he could hear what the damn dogs are saying. No. But now he ended up giving him a little treatment. I don't know how much he would have been able to help him. And I know he would have probably been in a lot of pain. I'm surprised he don't have some type of pain meds or something. Ugh. But anyway, he did get rocked upside the head like Barry Bonds in this month. But he said that, you know, after that type of traumatic brain injury or whatever, that he may not be the same. He may be mean. He may be violent. And he like, look, you know, I'm going to take care of him, get this money that he going to pay me, and we see what happens. So it seemed like he was kind of doing okay. He wanted to get some keys and try to get out of there later. But Chris Red put that thought in his head like, dude, you don't know who came and got you. You know, they may be still alive and they may be working with somebody. So, because he knew who got him, it was his brother. But he told him, and he put this thought in his head, which, damn, man, you got to be careful with the company you keep in life. People can set you off, put the wrong thoughts in your head, make you think your man cheating or your woman ain't this or that, or you ain't this or that, and you got to be careful in life. But, you know, he put in his head that Ronnie wasn't working on his own, and he must have made that move with Rock. So he told him, look, you got a superpower. You invisible right now. Why you want to ruin that? So we see that while all of these things that took place that we saw last season, this was really kind of like Unique's episode in the sense that we seeing how he was moving and how certain things could have taken place or did take place. I can understand a certain people saying this episode wasn't all that because it did kind of revisit some things we already saw. It wasn't a totally new thing in a sense, and maybe some people were expecting some totally new thing moving forward, and that's fine. I was too. I wasn't expecting this because they don't really do this type of storytelling, but they didn't. They blended it in a way to me with some old and new because we learned Rock had a baby. Now Rock has got a baby, but Rock has barely got a brain. A damn shame. The girl can hardly spell the name. That's not our problem. That's up to Rock's family. Well, let me show you how it affects the whole community. Now Rock has got a baby in the trash heap bawling. Who know where I got that from? Anyway, you're gonna get some bonus points if you know where I got that rhyme from. So, Rock, she ended up, carrying the baby. She had a bun in the oven, so to speak. And I knew when she was in that bathroom about to puke or whatever that she was pregnant. But anyway, she ended up going without a second thought to the chop shop. And when she went to the chop shop, I think that if Neek was alive, she may not have. Although their relationship was kind of, taboo. Nobody knew about it. Not Kanan, Luke, nobody. So maybe she wouldn't have kept it, but maybe she would. Because when she was in the car after she went to the chop shop, she was talking with Jukebox. And this is another problem I think that they're creating in the family is that they're starting to keep secrets from each other, serious secrets. And she and Jukebox got this secret because she told her it was Neek. And she like, what? She like, that's all you got, Juke? I would expect it more from that, Juke. That's all you got? I mean, you can get me better than that. I mean, ain't nobody don't even know I was with you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about, Juke. That's all you got? And when she be talking, that's all you got, Juke? That's why I was thought better than that. Yeah, but she like, damn, wow. Anyway, she's like, did you love him? And she said, I could have loved him. And I think that she could have, but I could see in his mind when he found out what was happening, he like, this her game plan. She done did it to, what is his name? DEFCON and High Post and not me. And he like, you wasn't messing with it like that though. He wasn't like, yes, I was. He ain't say that. He ain't say that. But anyway, let me get to a couple of these. I'm gonna put this link here if anybody wanna come up and talk about the show later. Also, I didn't like how grandma was having cancer, but she wanted to keep it a secret from everybody. But then again, I understand where she's going. She like, don't let them come and try to be here now that I'm dying. They don't come and check on me and they don't come talk to me anyway. If they came and checked on me and we talked, they would know. But they don't come and check on me and we don't talk, so I ain't got to tell them nothing. Let them figure it out. But then also, it's two sides to that coin. Why do they not talk? Why do you all not communicate? It's because she was something else. So, people sometimes like to make it seem like, oh, it's all on you, but you was a mess. And that's what made it difficult for them. But, we kind of get a little backstory into that because Kanan had a homework assignment and he was trying to write about his grandfather. And in the process, that's why he went to go talk to her, and that's why she shared with him what she did. Because if he wouldn't have went over there, she probably wouldn't have told him either. But by going over there and talking, it must have been real hard for her with the 3 kids and no husband at that time period and trying to make it. I'm sure it was difficult, and she probably was under a lot of stress and, didn't make the best decisions. We saw that Marvin, he went and talked with Marvin, and Marvin, he really, really, really loved him. And he really is resentful on how his father went out. He had looked up to him, thought the world of him. And then when his father got old, or when the going got tough, he gave up and went out like a loser, like a quitter in his mind. And, he resents him for that. And I can relate to that a lot, in different things, because, when you have somebody that you care about or you thought something of, and you really see they are not what you thought, and that they don't have what they tried to say that they had or do or instill in you, it is kind of upsetting. It's not good. And I can understand a little bit of what he going through, because I've been having some similar situations in life, and it is very frustrating and difficult. So I definitely could see how he was upset about that. Let me see. Kay Leezy, what's up with your comment? You said, wait, hold on, wait. Did Rock hook up with the Chinese restaurant people before or after Neek was dead? So that's a good question. So when Neek and Chris Red was at the table, they was talking. Chris Red, the one that got him from the telephone, he was talking, and he said, after you got that superpower, lay low. He was like, all right, I'm going to need you to do some recon for me. I need to find out where they moving and what they doing. So anyway, he come back with the report, the minority report. And when he come back, he let them know, hey, Rock is working with the Chinese people and your connect. And also your brother is working with her son. He like, what? They don't never move without each other, this and that. So I'm assuming that she got with them after he was dead. Now he's upset with her because she was telling him she was out the game. She didn't want to do this no more. Then when he's dead, she's back in the game. So in his mind, he like, did she say that so that I could get close to her and she learn my moves and connects, and then have Ronnie or somebody take me out so they can work together? So I could see in his mind, especially when your mind a little twisted, how he may believe that they could have been working together. Then you see him go into that warehouse together, but then only they leave out. He wanted to take his brother out. She did it. If I was him, I'd be confused. Did she double cross him too, like she did me, or was she doing that for me? What's the catch? I got a guest coming through. Let's see, Christian Rosa. What's up?
What's up, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, man. How you doing?
I'm trying to put you on my headphones and I can't. I can't do it. I'm good. What's up?
Nothing much, man. What you think about the episode?
I'm trying to, I guess, clarify what I mean by the not just by saying that it was trash, but by not liking that they kind of went backwards. So when they show Howard looking at Rock in the precinct,
Yeah,
so obviously when we see him in season 3, when he gets killed and all that, he's pretty much trusting her, and not that he wants to, but they're kind of on, we need each other so we don't
right,
both get in trouble.
right.
But then they show us from his perspective the look that he gave her, like
Mhm.
he's not trusting her and she's not trusting him. That's what I mean by like little things like that. They give us context but then the context is almost wrong to what we already saw on season 3, because then based on this look, he would have never even went to the warehouse with her. Is what I'm trying to, I guess what I'm trying to get at.
Right. I'm getting some of my images loading up, but that image didn't load up. I was gonna pull it up. But I'm trying to see that look again. I thought the look kind of looked to me when she looked at him and he looked at him, it was that look like, yeah, we good. Yeah, we good, but that's close. Yeah, type stuff like we in it still, but we good. You shady, we shady. It just had that like criminal look to me, but like we in it together type look. And
Mm.
I had one of those a time or two before. So and with a woman, and then you bang, they ain't really sleeping together though. So, but they got a kid and history and things. So I think, in his mind, I agree. He didn't fully trust her, and he actually got way more to lose than she does. But he kind of like, all right, just for the kid, we on the same page. He kind of he in it, you know what I mean? But he like, we good, you good, we good, all right. And then it shows, I think, that he was right with that look of I'm in it with you, but you good, we good. I don't know, kind of shaky ground. And then she popped him, so it showed he was right to not really be trusting her. You
No,
know.
that's what I mean. That's what I mean. So you're saying what I'm saying. So um see, okay, so you kind of agree with me, but then you're saying that you thought that it looked like they were good. What I'm trying to say is
Well,
we already.
shady, not necessarily like we did this, like
Oh,
no,
okay.
just like mm, mm, mm,
But
mm.
I okay, so he is a smart guy, right?
Right.
So he is shown to us as a smart guy. He can solve a crime. He can also, get his hands dirty and all that. But he is also street smart. So now by you showing me this like little doubt, that's what I meant by there's like a little doubt there.
Hmm.
You're not gonna make sense to me as a show telling me this guy went into the warehouse like he did.
Well, I doubt he thought that she would pop him with Kanan there. So I mean, in a criminal world, also, you always got some doubt about certain people you with. You may still work with and do stuff
Hmm.
with, but you all are criminals.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you never really can fully relax like around normal people because you're around shady people. So you never know what they may change their mind and do. So, you know, I don't put that too hard on that. What do you think about they was gonna show that Neek was gonna pop Lulu? Now that
Yeah,
would
yeah,
have been interesting.
yeah.
That would have been interesting. I'm surprised he ain't take out the white lady, but then police would have been all over that one. You know what I mean? You
So
just
that,
popped Lulu, they wouldn't have cared, but he popped that old lady too.
so that's another thing that's like kind of weird, because then you're trying to basically tell us this dude was beyond just a drunk. Like, we thought he was having like a little bit of an issue or whatever, but now you're choosing to. This is basically like, okay, like they made her pregnant, right?
Right.
For literally what, 5 minutes?
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, she
A lot,
barely dealt with it. She got
like a
that.
lot of times, if I want to do a movie and you're the husband, right? But the woman is the one, like the breadwinner and all that, then we kind of make you weak. That's kind of like a simple thing that we do, right?
Right, right.
So now we have to make him more drunk. But you know how weird it looked for Kanan to be talking to his uncle, just drunk as hell, walking down the street.
Yeah, but that was messed up, and then also you saw Lulu was brown bagging it, so he really got a problem now.
That's
You
what
know
I mean.
what
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean?
that's what I mean. Yeah,
Yeah, he got a
he just
problem
became a piece
now.
of. He's just a piece of shit drunk out of nowhere.
Yeah, but I think that's a build up because he said something important in that conversation. He
That
said
he will kill himself.
pretty much
Yeah, man. I'm
he
yeah, man. I'm
understands it.
listening to. I listen.
Yeah, so that was what that was, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I think that's what's really gonna end up in happening with him. I didn't think he
No, but
was.
he already tried it. He already tried it.
I think he had gonna find another way. He just said he wanted to crash that car in the tree, even though he don't know that don't always work.
No, but you get what I'm saying. I'm saying they're telling us stuff that like we already saw them try. So the build up you're trying to give us, um, even though people are looking at it as like, oh, now we get the context. Is like, yeah, but the context is already there though.
Yeah,
When you saw the finale, okay, I understand we didn't know how he saved himself, who saved him. I understand that part, right?
they didn't give you nothing new,
You didn't
basically.
need you. I'm saying you don't need an hour. So what they decided to do was like, let's give us context on all these things that we didn't really need to bring up again.
Backstory. I see what you mean.
Like
I
Streets
can
Need a
understand. Like
Body
they didn't need
didn't
to
need a
go back to the
remix.
school and talk about the school stuff again with the
Yeah,
teacher stuff. That was
like the song Streets Need a Body. They
yeah, we heard
destroyed it
that.
for no reason.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess they kind of recycled some content a little. It was done in a good way, but I see your perspective of it.
Yeah.
But what do you think about? Because they did put a couple things. So what about Marvin and White Boy's Italians? He almost got his curb stomped when he walked up there the first time, but I think this is gonna backfire on him in a way
Yeah,
because
yeah, of course, of course. I
yeah,
like when you show me um somebody that's known for like being like a tough dude and all that, but you show me that they can also finesse and they can
uh,
also he did not did anything weak, right? It would have
right,
been dumb to try to go at three people.
right,
He
right,
did it while still not being a punk. He did it while still talking shit.
right.
I like when like TV, movies, whatever do that
Keep it
because
true to
it's
their
hard to
character.
be the same tough, 1 versus 7. It's just not the same.
Damn right,
No
damn
gun. You don't even have time to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right,
and then it would have been so many repercussions because he's mafia too.
right, right. And
It
made
would have been
man.
like a whole mess.
Right. And yeah, exactly. So that was smart. I was surprised he went inside that locker room though, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
nevertheless, yeah,
But
that was
I'm assuming
cool.
he probably checked that out first since he already knew that he walked
Right.
in on those two dudes who just kind of showed up. So he
Exactly.
was kind of messed up on that one. But it show.
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing that they show us. They
He ain't
show us like,
perfect.
okay, I learned from the last time.
hmm
I
They
mean,
try to
maybe
make
I'm
it a little
overthinking it.
realistic a little bit, but I think that what's going to happen with this is that that dude, because Stefano said he took him on the cruise or whatever. I think
Hmm.
somehow, some way, he going to connect Marvin with Stefano,
With
or
them, yeah, yeah,
yeah, or see Marvin or something, and then want Stefano to take him out. Like this dude did this or that. I want to take him out or
yeah.
something, and it's gonna backfire on Marvin because he don't have the mafia protections and stuff.
Hell no.
Yeah, he could play it off. Stefano be like, he did what? Yeah,
Marvin got 4 people.
for real, for real. So, well, man, I appreciate your comments, man, and coming through, man. Anything else you want to talk about this episode before I go on to the? I had
Nah, you
somebody.
go back to it because I'm probably gonna wait for you to ask a question. You probably don't want to do that, so that's okay.
No, it's all good. What question you wanted to say before anything on your? What you think about Neek? You think he gonna try to take Rock out? I think he
Um,
is.
I think from the trailer we just see that he goes at the business side, I guess. Um, but I don't think, especially because they filmed the 2 seasons. I wouldn't imagine they did season 5 without her. So
Uh, that Jessica, that's a different actress, isn't it? That ain't the girl that was famous sister that was talking to Lulu in the bar.
no, that's the same one. It's just the
Uh,
hair. It's just like the tips are different. She's on a few different shows now.
Okay, she must have lost weight or something. Her neck or something looks skinnier or something. She
Yeah, I
looks,
think she looks thinner. Yeah, it might
yeah.
have to do with the hair. The hair was kind of weird. She used to
Mhm.
have long hair, but
All
it's the
right.
same girl.
Okay. I swear I thought that was somebody different. I couldn't tell. All right, that's what's up. One more thing I'll ask you right quick. What you think about Jukebox talking to old girl's daddy, and she was talking about the army, and he was like, they conservative on these issues. I think he was talking about the don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah, that's exactly what it means. But that's what I mean. Okay, the same as Rock, right? When she's basically having like a whole like five, even though 5 minutes doesn't seem like a long time, she's having this whole talk, and it's just for her to have a little dialogue moment, which is fine, right? We get to see. We already know she's a good actress, but
Right.
like this is what I mean by they keep trying to show us, because now with shows now you have to do a warning, you have to do mental health if you attempt a suicide or whatever, you have to have it on the screen. So now you got to show that if somebody shows anything mental health related, you have to show like a little talk about it. And I don't care for it, especially because you're showing us something from the 90s.
Right. It should be appropriate to that era. They didn't do
Exactly.
that.
I
Right.
don't think there was a person assigned to talk to somebody. I don't know, but I just don't think so.
Nah, I don't think so. Well, I know for a fact in the early 2000s, well, I can't say for everywhere, in Chicago, at a certain one in Chicago, they didn't do that. You paid, you went in, and you left, especially after the fact. That's kind of like torturous in a way. It's done now, and you want me to come in and spill my guts and talk about all of this and that. Now that it's over, what if I regret it? You
Yeah,
know,
okay. So you've done acting, so you understand that her whole thing for the scene, she's just there to basically nod her head and
be
just
hard.
let her do her little. If I'm going for an award, this is what we're gonna clip right here. I think
I
it's
looked
kind
at
of
it as she
pointless.
trying to show that she is strong black woman.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
Yeah, and then
But
she's
what we
strong.
know already though,
All of it. Yeah, that's already been proven. So after talking to you a little bit, I get the points of what you're saying better than typing in the comments that
it sounds like I'm yeah, it sounds like I'm complaining. I know that that's my
yeah.
tone sucks on text and
Well,
stuff,
it's
but
hard to sometimes, get
yeah.
a good thought out in text. But I get it. It was a good episode, but they did revisit a lot of themes and things we already knew and show some things we already seen. Maybe it's from a different perspective, but I get what you're saying. I was kind of when I was seeing this episode, I was thinking more of what is Snaps and Crackle Pop going to be doing this episode. I was kind of surprised not to see him
They
at
not
all.
even in it, yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised not to see them. So that was one thing I was a little surprised with. Overall, I liked it though. What would you rate it on a 1 to 10? What would you rate
Oh
this
man.
episode?
I mean, I always like how it looks, and usually the way they talk is pretty good. Even though I didn't, for me, it's different because I don't even like old stuff. This is probably one of the only old things that I watch
Mm-hmm.
because I did not grow up uh, in the States.
Okay. How
But
old are you?
37,
Okay. When you say old stuff, man, you're making me feel old, man. I'm getting up
you
there, I
know what I
guess.
mean. You know what I mean.
I
It's
know. But
yeah,
I
it was
am
my
getting up
my
there.
time too, but I wasn't here.
Right.
So when you
Different
guys see a
culture.
jacket, you're from Chicago, right?
Right.
So you can see a jacket on like Lulu and be like, "Oh man, we all wanted that shit." I,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm from a place that we didn't even have jackets. We
Right.
had t-shirts. It was hot.
And I'm glad you kind of brought that up because it was starting to make me question myself watching this in the sense about materialism. This is a separate subject, but like
Mhm.
even now, I'm wearing like a nice shirt or something, a polo or something. I love fashion, and growing up as New York is like the fashion
Yeah,
capital
yeah,
of
yeah. I
America.
miss the polo stuff they used to
Yeah.
do with
New
what's the
York
name?
set the trends in fashion for America. Really, damn. Well, I can't say the world because Paris and Italy gets us there. Anyway, New
Japan,
York.
Japan, yeah,
Yeah,
Japan too.
yeah, but New York, and then after New York, Chicago would be like a similar. We would wear a similar. Not that we was copying their
Yeah.
styles, but it's just a similar type of style and things. And so those colors and the jackets and things, I always loved that. It bring back, but I was young and didn't have any money like that. I couldn't get a lot of this stuff. So it
Yeah,
made me think of things we did. Like I know friends to shoplift like Tommy shirts, and we try to steal a shirt, like risking things for a shirt.
that's what I missed, the jukebox stuff. But they
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
she's just like she got to talk about missing Nicole every episode.
Nah, no, I thought she was over it in a
That shit
way.
was a while ago. Like they ain't
Right.
giving her nothing else.
Yeah. What's up, Gina? She said Rock was my show. That was something else that they threw in. That TV show that what you call it? What's the crackhead? Unique. He was watching the show on the TV. It was Rock. I loved that show. It was one of the few black shows at the time, and it was real. You know, Charles S. Dutton was a good actor. And what was interesting, I'm glad Gina brought that up because I wanted to bring it up, is that he was watching Rock while Rock was on his mind. You know what I'm saying? I thought they did, yeah,
And
because
they
they don't.
sell rocks.
Exactly. And there's no coincidences in movies, I don't believe, because it's somebody getting paid to do everything, like the clothing, the script, the
Yeah, to make
words.
the things all match. Yeah,
Yeah, they got a continuity there, all of that
yeah.
stuff. So like they don't put a TV show on
There's a
just
rock on the floor
haphazard.
and shit.
Exactly. Yeah, they had to get that cleared, and all of that. So, but yeah, that was good, man. That was good. So before you go, man, what would you rate it on the scale of 1 to 10, man?
Uh, I leave it at like a 6. I don't want to
Okay.
be. I don't want nobody cussing me out.
Hey man, it's your opinion, man. That's the thing with art. It's in the eye of the beholder, you know what I mean? So yeah, a lot of people normally can see something and agree, but to each his own, and that's the thing, it's all good. Me, I'm gonna go ahead and think about it a little bit more, but I would definitely say just my feelings alone is at least a 8, 7.5 to a 8. Um,
Damn, an 8. Oh man.
no, I would say a 7.5 to, well, because when I do my score stuff, then I do this. It was shot well and different things. Did it put a lot of new meat on the bone? No. So, but it was good still. I'm not as hard on it for revisiting it as you. Although I get what you're saying, and you kind of convinced me a little. I'm gonna give you credit. You kind of convinced me a little that it was revisited and kind of made me tone it down a little because I think about it. You got good points, but it was still good. I still enjoyed it. So I can't go a 6. A 6 that's a Tubi show. Like, if you use certain cameras and have a certain level of acting and a certain level of war and all this stuff, it's kind of hard for me to go below a 7.
I so okay. I don't. I know you probably want to go. So to be, I'm trying to say this in a not in a good way. So you're I don't want to say you're stuck on it, but you're going off of your
Mosco.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
If I wasn't doing that and just off of feelings,
exactly, yeah. Because everything's gonna be shot well, so you can't even
right. So just saying, just the episode alone, uh, I still liked it. It would still be a 7.
not
I
an
would
8.
say so. The way I look at it is I still do old school grading system. So
Hmm.
70 is a C, 80 is a B, and a 90 and above is a A.
Okay.
So it's still a C, C to a B. I can't give it a D. It passed. It got to pass in your school. It ain't gonna pass. You gonna fail them. They got to repeat. Repeat episode 1, you failed. Repeat episode 1, you got homework. All right. First of all, add new material, subtract, that backstory shit. So
To me, 5 and 6 is just like
average.
it looks good,
Okay.
and then after that, you got to give me something. Somebody said it in the comments earlier. Somebody said that it was like watching one of the last 5 episodes of Power.
Oh
When you
yeah,
say it in a comment, it seems like you're complaining, but if you think about it, when you give me a perspective, so this show is already giving you multiple perspectives. So you can't really say, oh, they're giving you unique perspective because it really wasn't. Only the parts where he's in it.
right.
He wasn't involved in all this stuff. He wasn't, on the side, parked in the car every single time. So yes, there's some
I think what's hurting Power is they never really do flashbacks either. Not that often. I can't remember them doing a lot of flashbacks in the show.
for context.
Yeah, like during the show, like they did this time, kind of thing. Do they
Yeah.
do it? I can't
But
remember.
I mean, I think this happened because of people. The actor was kind of like, man, come on, like he still want to be there. People
Right.
still wanted him. So I understand fanfare, right? Which is what it kind of became. That's
But
okay.
but if you listen
But
to the fans, you be sitting with the fans.
exactly.
Right.
What I'm worried about is that this whole season is going to be about
What the
this
fans?
one guy's comeback.
Okay.
This
I
show
don't
is not
think.
supposed to
I
be
don't
about
think
him.
so. I hope not. Well, to their credit, he was the breakout star of the show, and they weren't really utilizing him to their best. Now, you shouldn't overdo it either.
That's what I mean. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, don't overdo it. They should have realized sooner
All
that
these
he
stupid
was the
prosthetics.
break.
I didn't want to see that all the time.
Yeah, because he jumped off the screen in the first episode of season one. He
Yeah,
was, yeah, it was clear he was the best character on the show, and they should have did more with him. But uh, we'll see. I hope not. I hope they don't try to overdo it, but I think it's got good potential. We'll see. It's sad that it's only a 10 episode show, so they got to work in a lot in just 10 episodes. It's not
that's what I
like
mean. So that's what I mean. So
yeah.
10% of this season is done, and they didn't really do anything. It's what you know what I mean.
I get it where you
We
saying
just know that Rock didn't use the condom, and what's her name? She's still gay. She's still thinking about the army. Like we know.
that girl was going hard for jukebox at the table with Kane, and she was just smiling and talking about juke.
Yeah,
I mean,
Kanan
girl,
not trying to hear all that.
right? Go on and eat her up then. Shoot.
That shit weird. Yeah.
Straight up. Well, man, I appreciate you for coming through, man. And
All right, man.
I'm gonna go ahead and talk a little more on this and get to it. But thanks, man, for coming through, man.
All
Appreciate
right,
it.
you're welcome. Thank you.
No problem, man. Yep. All right, man. That was what's up, man. From Christian. I appreciate your thoughts and insights. That was interesting to talk to you and get, the full story. And I appreciate it. I kind of agree with you now. You kind of won me over actually with some of your ideas. But I still enjoyed it. I can't say it wasn't a good episode, but I get they could have put maybe newer content in this episode, especially like you say, is 10% gone. But overall, it's a couple things I think they did do about it. Let me see. Kelly just said, why don't people like context? This episode is going to create mad clarity. And that's kind of what I came off with at first watching it, is that it cleared up a lot of things so it makes sense. And I like that. I don't like so many plot holes that we got to assume, well, he must have did that. Well, he must have had help. Well, he must have did this. Well, he must. They do that a lot in Power, especially in book 2. They do it too much in book 2. We just got to assume everything in between. And so I get it's got to be a balance. You don't want to do every little detail because, you take too long and you don't get forward, but then, you don't want to skip and then people don't, know what you're doing and gotta. So it's a balance. I still liked it and I get it on both sides. as far as Rock going to the chop shop, I think she made a mistake, and she gonna really regret that when she come back with Neek. Now, let me go to this question about people was asking, is Unique gonna be Breeze? I'm starting to come around and think he might be. I'd say I'm about 40% on board of thinking that Neek will be Breeze because he's changed and maybe he will want to have a new name. Now, again, I'll say 40% because Kanan worked with him and cared about him. If Unique comes back, I think he may take Rock out or somebody in their family. Lulu, we saw he was looking to take Lulu out, or Marvin. I think if he did that, unless Kanan didn't know he did it, I don't see how they could work together and be he looking up to him. So that's the problem on why I don't think he could be Breeze. I don't know how the writers can write that unless he was able to take somebody out or do something and Kanan had no clue. And then he sat there working with him. I mean, who knows? Because we saw Kanan working with Ronnie. So it's not out of the possibility that he would work with him because he was already doing that. So who knows? But I don't think I still am at 40% on that. So let's see. See, you say I wanted to say too, the problem with almost killing a character and nobody being okay with is they end up having to stay alienated, alien knows their work. You might have misspelled something there. I don't know what that was. Amber, you say you about 40% with it too. Yeah, I'm about 40% because it's a lot of things they got to make happen to make that make sense. And I don't know. I don't think he could do it. Now, somebody I saw put in a comment, and what's up, Gina? Here it is right here. Why did Stefano call Marvin? I saw you put that comment. I wanted to get back to that. I agree. I think, well, first of all, it makes sense for him to call Marvin because Marvin Black. Okay, so he's not connected to the Italian mob, obviously. But it doesn't make sense to call Marvin because you had him go to your daughter's boyfriend, your son-in-law, and give a message. He talking about don't do this or that, treat him right or whatever. Who would have this black dude come and punch you and send that message? Who would want that? Obviously, Stefano or her. So that's the problem with that in my mind is that he going to send a message, but you had Marvin do it so it don't come back to you. But this is a personal message of him punching dude, talking about treat your dog. Who would give a damn about, why would this black dude give a damn about your relationship? So I think that was a mistake in a way to have Marvin do that. And it's going to end up backfiring on Marvin. And I think he can get rid of Marvin. And it's going to really hurt his problems with Rock. She going to probably try to act like it's business, ain't no problem. But she might not. But that's going to be a problem. He shouldn't have did that. TH, you say he impressed with Marvin work as the mailman, LOL. That's what he said. And if I was him, I would be too. But he was an assassin as the mailman. Next day air, bitch. You didn't put return address. You needed double postage. Nah, but that was a hitman job, and you just wanted a man hit job. So I think you don't get a gun to hammer a nail. So I think he looked at him as one of the expendables. Yeah, you can get the job done and maybe it don't come back, but if it all don't work out, well, hell, you expendable, in my opinion. CR, you say if Marvin was a federal informant, oh man, this would get crazy. Now that's true. And Marvin is got some heat on him. It's getting there. Marvin don't really realize how close he is to being out the game. And I'm surprised he been walking around like he has been. But, you know, things kind of move slow. K-I-C-B. K-I-C-B. Did I say your name right? You say, I don't think he's Breeze, and I don't think we will meet Breeze in this Raising Kanan, but in Origin. Yeah, I agree. I think we'll more than likely see him in Origin, and it would make more sense because well, maybe not make more sense part because he was originally, according to what they said in Power, if I remember correct, Kanan was with Breeze first, and then Ghost and Tommy started working under Kanan. And Ghost had some other ideas, this and that, but he couldn't go through Kanan. He loved Kanan and cared about him, so he wasn't gonna kill him or do nothing. So he ended up getting Kanan put in jail, and he took Breeze out the game, and that's how he got the top spot. So whenever Breeze is around, we're gonna have to see Kanan, which would be interesting to see if they use the same actor, Mekhi Curtis. I think they should, since he should be around that age, because he was older than Ghost and Tommy. They were like what, 15? So if we see the prequel, he could be 19 or 20, and they could be like 15, 16 or something. I don't know. But again, it would probably make more sense considering they waited so long. Maybe we meet this Breeze character this season sometime, and then it carries on into the prequel. It would be interesting if they had Joey Badass as Breeze, and then we see him in the prequel. You know, I wouldn't trip on that. Ambi Bambi, Sasha Penn posted a photo a while back of a plane that said Breeze. I'm sure he was teasing us, but he's always very intentional, so we'll see. Yeah, that's the thing. They can be teasing as well as being intentional. They like to do that type of subliminal stuff in TV shows, just like I was pointing out what Gina said about him watching Rock while thinking about Rock, and then they selling rocks. So, you know, it's a lot of that type of stuff they do, and try to put little puzzles and things in for the fans to keep in and watch and stay engaged. He do be sounding like, won't try to get with my mom. He had this hold down when he talked. Why you don't want me to talk about you? I want to know about your family. Hey, look here, man. You can't be writing about my family. What if they put the two together and they realize you ain't DEFCON son? You want to be a cop, son? Oh, I want to be my mom. I don't want to have my mom. I have my mom. I ain't going to ask her. I ain't told her. I'm my own man. I don't want. Yeah. It's like he hold this down and then it don't move. I ain't gonna try to do that. I'm going to see what Famous doing. Oh, I don't know what you about doing. I don't know what you do, but I know I'm about to get my money. Oh, so they send you up here to negotiate, huh? Uh-huh. Okay, well, y'all be making money 24/7 too, huh? Y'all making that money, huh? They sent the damn union representative up there to negotiate to negotiate they pay with them. Man, we out here making money. We over here riding around all day, man. What's up, man? You ain't giving us no money. Truth is, if they really was hustling like that, they would be balling. They wouldn't be riding on no bike, especially back then in the 80s, 90s. Moving work like that and move rhymes like wait. I move rhyme like wait. Hey, they would be balling. It was a good profit margin back then. It's before my days. Like I had days on the street. I had no days on the street. I had a day or two. Realized this is a little too much. A little too much. Anyway, got a couple images loaded up on here, so let's see what we got. I wish my stuff would load up faster like it used to, but all right, let's see. Got a couple things in here. I know this. I'm a car guy, and I can't help it. But they did show something I don't remember before, which was Ronnie had him an Infiniti J30. This was a nice car when it came out, y'all. This was a nice car. This was about 50, 60 grand, which wasn't cheap back then. And I'm like, okay, Ronnie had his little piece. He wasn't going to open the door for her. Okay, I got you. All right. But, he had his Infiniti on there. He was rolling, boy. He was getting that money. I'm like, okay, he got him an Infiniti. He just got out of jail. He ain't got no credit established. But I guess in the 90s, it wasn't that bad. Yeah, you need a cosigner if you had the cash, huh? Let's see what else we got up in here that it came through. What is this? Oh, they're showing him going to the. Looking back on this episode, it was a good episode, but it wasn't nothing eye grabbing. I can get that. Nobody got murked and things like that. They showed some people already murked. But I get how some people may feel if they felt, what nothing compelling. I still like dialogue. I think, and I don't know, I can't say this for sure, but if anybody, when this episode, when I'm done with this live stream, I'm gonna watch Severance, because the final episode for Severance season 2 came out tonight at midnight. Severance is on Apple TV. I need to do a review for that. You talk about a mind bend. That show, man, your mind, I'm like so intrigued. I'm like, what the looking? So that's dialogue heavy, different things going on. No, it's no shooting and stuff like that, but it's really interesting show. It's kind of hard to describe. But anyway, this episode, I think this might end up being a problem by Kanan keeping this secret, because if she was to pass and if he says he knew, I think Rock and Lulu, well, maybe not Lulu, but I think Rock, they go that lip holder, he got it a little up, but he normally. But no, I think they're going to be mad at him. Like, that's my mama. You ain't tell me this and that. And he going to be like, well, she told me don't say nothing. She said don't say nothing. That's on you. I ain't the one to tell you. She grabbed that hand. Baby, remember I made that mac and cheese and that sweet potato, them candy yams like you like? That German chocolate cake? Okay, well, you make sure you keep that quiet and just keep it between us, okay, baby? Now you reach around there and get me my slip. I need to put on my slip so we can go, okay, baby? All right. I'll whip you up some nice batch of mac and cheese and some baked chicken when we get home, okay, baby? You want some yellow cake or you want some German chocolate? I got you, baby. What you want? Nana got you. You can shut your goddamn mouth when we get home, okay? And everything will be all right. Okay, baby. Shut your ass up and we. What the hell did I tell you? Didn't I tell you shut your ass up? Shut your ass up, boy. No German chocolate cake for you. I was gonna give you a side of peach cobbler. Yeah. Give you some of that cobbler. That's what your granddaddy used to call it. He loved my cobbler. You can't get none of that though. He used to eat my cobbler up. She was talking about him passed away, boy. Anyway, let me go ahead and break down my ratings for this episode. I go ahead and do the Mosco. and give a little more thought to the episode with try to be non-biased. So let's go ahead and that was dope, wasn't it? All right. So the Mosco is my rating system. I try to be impartial. I try to look at everything, the whole entire project. All right. So the 4 categories, 25 points each. Visual cinematography, it does look good. They use top-notch cameras. They have some good scenes in there. And then also scenes like when she touching on the hand, or we seeing them in different situations, like with Patina Miller trying to, or Rock getting hard with the chop shop. Well, I'm gonna be strong. You ain't got to worry about that. Okay. Although she was looking damn good in that black and white, whatever, with the little see-through top of the titties. Anyway, I would say this, I would give it a 20. A 20 out of 25, because it did look good and everything, but it wasn't Avatar, and it never will be. But it's good. Storyline and plot. Here's the problem with this episode for some people. I liked the storyline and plot for this episode, but I could get how it's repeating some things and themes that we may already be familiar with or addressed. But on the other hand, it is some things like I would have been wondering if they would have just picked up and said, but again, they may not have had to spend as much time. So I get both sides, but they did, in my opinion, need to say what happened to Unique and how he survived and stuff. So, that definitely needed to be addressed. Everything else, they could have maybe worked around it. So I'm going to give this storyline and plot for this episode. I probably originally would have gave it maybe a 20, but I'm going to give it I give it about an 18. I give it a 19. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't totally original. But I get it. But I enjoyed it still. But anyway, special effects, makeup, they did put a number on Unique face. He did look like Jigsaw up in here from The Punisher. So I give him a little credit for that. This ain't a big special effects, makeup type of show. Although I put costumes in that category, it just don't fit. They always have the best costume wardrobe. Patina Miller, whoever dresses her, I would like, if I was her, I'd want them to dress me like this all the time. She really looks good on this show. I don't really watch her a lot, like other than this show, but I've seen her a couple times, but she's at like an event. But if she walked around dressed like this all the time, she'd be doing the damn thing. I ain't gonna lie, this fit her. I give this special effects and makeup for this episode, I'd give it, I mean, they just put a couple stitches on his face. It ain't like they had to go overboard, but I'm going to give it a 21. I give it a 21. It was a little better than the average they do. And then entertainment fun factor. This is, I think, the most important category. Did a person like it? Is it enjoyable? Is it worth watching? And I say it was. I liked it, especially as a fan of the show. And I'm a person that I've always said, make it make sense. That's all. Make it make sense. Now, did they have to take as much time to make it make sense? Did they have to show as much things? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But I think it was a decent enough balance where I don't have a feeling of I should have stayed asleep. So I'm happy. I enjoyed it overall. I would give it a 20. I give it a 20 as far as enjoyability. 20 out of 25, which comes to 80 on the Mosco, which is like a solid B, which is kind of what I predicted. Now, again, the way I do it, I'm giving credit to maybe things that other people don't think about. Most people just watch it. Did I like it? Did I not like it? How do I feel? And I get that. Hey, nothing wrong with that. And like I say, that's the most important thing. Did you like it? How do you feel about it? You know, it's all entertainment. Uh, with that said, I did like it. No, it ain't gonna be one of the best episodes of the season where people go back to it, I'm sure, but I think it's a good start, a refresher. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't rewatch the seasons 1, 2, and 3. I wanted to rewatch 3, and I didn't. But I think I'm getting older because I was forgetting stuff. And so when they did that like refresher and did some things, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. So I guess things happen. It's a lot going on in the world. We all are overloaded with information, man. It's so much information out here every day. So many things to watch, so many things to read, so many news things, so many things at work, so many things with kids. Just so much is loaded with information. This is the information age, man. We are pounded with stuff. So, with that, maybe I ain't too old. I'm just, forgetting can only hold so much. But anyway, I'll put this link up one more time. If somebody wanna say something about this episode before I get up out of here. And I am gonna make a couple more videos about this. But I think unique. I like Joey Badass acting on this show. I think he did a good job this episode. I think Kanan, I don't know about him yet. Him living with Rock, doing homework, but trying to still run the drug operation at that apartment and stuff and thing. I don't know how this is gonna work out yet. I think as soon as he turn 18, he gonna be like, to hell with this. But that thing where Rock said, and Marquita D, what's good, sis? You say Rock always looks sharp, man, don't she? She does. CR, you say I'm just grading Patina Miller. If I was grading Patina Miller, I'd probably give her a B. I wouldn't say an A. A B plus. I like Patina Miller. She's the star of the show, really. But she's not my favorite character. But yeah, Patina Miller, it was damn near her episode to me. Looking back at it, it was really her episode. But when she was there and she told Kanan in the room, I don't require you to love me for me to love you. I get what she's saying as a parent and things. You got a different perspective with having your child and things, and kids rebel and do whatever. And, but at a certain point, and this is the difference between women and men, and in my opinion, where some single moms with their boys, they give them so much leeway of things, and I think dads harder on their boys and kids. I think prepare them for the world a little more. That's just my opinion. I think you should be a man and stand on your own to a certain extent. Not that you don't need help or can't have love or whatever and all of that, but I think how she's trying to force him back to her and in the house and do this and do that, and how she set him up with the school and thing. I think all of this is going to backfire and blow up in her face. I think she'd have been better off letting him, even though it would have been hurtful, and he may have gotten in trouble or hurt or whatever, letting him stay doing him and come to him as a young man and meet him on those terms and try to build something from there, instead of trying to bring him down back to a kid under you and you controlling it. I think that's going to backfire, and he's going to be very resentful because he's still leaving and going to that spot and still trying to do it. So you're just making him sneaky. You're making him lie to you. So I don't know. I think after a certain point, it is what it is. But that's my opinion. I don't have all the answers and I don't know everything. But Marquita D, what if she kept the baby? Well, that's the thing I think would have been hard for her, is that she would have had to explain, who was you screwing? You damn sure ain't the Virgin Mary. So who was knocking you up? Who was hitting that? And as far as everybody know, she ain't had nobody since Symphony. So she'd had to explain, who was this mystery man that you didn't let, shoot the club up. And then it's unique. How did this happen? Where's this? What? You did what? What? How? What? So I think she would have had more questions than answers. Now, if he was alive, I think they probably could have finessed it and maybe convinced people, and she probably would have stayed out of the game legitimately. And he could have did whatever, and she could have did whatever, and they could have been cool. But I think because of the way that things played out and he being gone, she didn't know what to do. She was scared. She already got Kanan. He a mess in her mind. She a mess in reality. And she was right. The way she's built, she does not need to bring a child into this world at all. At all. So that they could be in her family business, and at the rate she going, shoot, she probably won't be alive to see that kid go in the kindergarten, or she'll be in the pen. So I think that's good. Damian Kenny, did y'all peep how Jessica referenced Tony Tone while talking to Lulu? I didn't peep that. I peeped that she said that she be telling them he's so talented and we all gonna be working for him. But I didn't hear the Tony Tone reference. I missed that. What was that? Again, I only watched it once, I think, like most of us here. But I didn't catch that Tony Tone reference. CR, you say then she would basically be untouchable for the season, which lowers the stakes. It's a drug dealer show. We need the threat of death, betrayal, lies, jail, and murder. That's a good point. I didn't think about that, but yeah, they probably wouldn't want to take out a pregnant woman, dope drug kingpin on the show. Although, hey, the streets got no heart, as Spice One once said. But that would have gave her a lot of plot armor. And I'm sure people in the streets would have probably not wanted to take out a pregnant woman too. They like, man, she ain't this, but I ain't about to take out her while she pregnant. We'll wait till she drop. Then we drop. So we gonna abort her. We take her out the game. So Kay Leezy, what's up? What's up? You want to go to Discord afterwards and chop it up? We can all go to Discord for a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little tired, and I was gonna pop on what did I say? Severance. But I'll go in there and chop it up for a little bit. I might end up sleeping, but we'll see what's up. Damian Kenny, Lou asked how California was. Jessica said it never rains there. It never rains in Southern California. It never rains in Southern California, which is why it burned up, because it's dry as hell in California. We could have used that rain. Yeah, I did peep. She said that, but I didn't even think of no Tony Tone. Boy, you on the third level of this dimension, ain't you? You didn't went deep undercover, didn't you? You said it never rains in Southern California. It never rains in Southern California. CR, you know what they say with an echo now. Streets need a body. I know, right? Hey, he might end up being it too. Christo Black, what's good, fam? You say, which family member dies this season? Well, I think Lulu is first on the list, to be honest with you. I ain't even gonna count grandma and stuff like that, but Lulu, I think he in trouble. Uh, he was real sad kind of when he was talking with Jesse Jones, Jessica Jones. But I think maybe he may actually be kind of getting it together. And just when he's starting to get it together, it might be over for him. Marvin, I think Marvin in trouble in about 6 ways to sundown, whether it's the police or whatever. I think Marvin might end up going out in the blaze of glory. So if that happened with them, if they catch him at the wrong time, ain't no telling, he might not want to do that. And then he just did what he did with Stefano, which could easily backfire. So with that being said, I don't know, man. I think and I think Rock is in trouble. I've said this before. I need to make it a little more detailed and short, but I think all 3 of them are in trouble of being taken out one way or another. And now that we see Unique was damn near about to take Lulu out the game, permanent substitution, that it's possible. I think it's possible they in trouble. And the reason I keep going back to this is that Kane and 50 Cent didn't have anybody. And he never told the stories of this. Now, of course, they're working backwards. So when they were writing that show, they had no idea it would be so successful and go back and do a prequel. I get it. But they did say a couple things like he going to see his mom or, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I don't see how any of those people could still be around considering he never went to see any of them or they were never mentioned before for the most part. So in my mind, I'm thinking they all have to be out of the way before he's 20, 21 at least. At least 2 of them got to be gone. And so I think that's what's happening is that we're about to see how it happens. And it may seem slow for, people like CR Christian, but they're kind of giving us like as much of the backstory in a way so that we understand why whatever happens. Could it be a little overkill? Could they be doing a little too much? Possibly. But, it is what it is. I'd rather have a little more information than not enough. Too much can be repetitive and boring. I get it. I think they at that balance right now. It's close. So, dead or locked away, I think Rock is not going to be around no more. I think Marvin ain't going to. I think all of them not going to be around. I don't think Rock is locked away. I think all 3 of them is gone. I think Famous might get locked away. Fame might get locked away because they starting to get on to him, and he an idiot. So they may end up getting him. But for the most part, I think they all gonna be out the game permanently. And maybe Pops and Snap. I don't even think we may even see what happens to them. If we do, they'll probably get took out the game. I don't think they're gonna get arrested. So I think most of these people gonna get took out. I think only a couple of the like Famous might get arrested. We may see Kanan get arrested. Nothing serious though. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's what's up. Christo Black, you got a good point. You say season 2 Ghost would have said to Tasha, hey, Kanan's mother's not alive. That's a good point. But then again, like people say, he could have been going to see her at the cemetery. Some people say, hey, I'm going to go pay respects, or hey, I'm going to go see my mom's. And if they passed, hey, they going to a cemetery or whatever. So You know, if you know she's passed and he say, I'm gonna go see her. Hey man, what you mean? Your mama dead. You probably be like, oh, okay, that's what's up, man. Will you take care? And then you know in your head, yeah, he probably going to the cemetery because she passed. You know? So I don't know. I get what you're saying, but then again, it could be both ways. That the problem is this is a prequel and they didn't know they was going to do it. So again, they didn't leave enough information. They probably never thought they'd be making this show. And so that's where the problem come in when you don't put in enough information. People speculate and fill in the blanks themselves, which can be good and fun, and it can also be confusing. I mean, I'm sure it's a million videos and thoughts about breeds, and none of it is true or accurate for the most part because they never put them on the screen. Christo Black, you say now, Jay, OG Power established rock is still alive present day. They have a huge botching coming when the time comes. Yeah, this is what I read before your second one. And then you wrote this about the mother not alive. He would have said that. Again, he could have been like, after he left, yeah, I guess he going to the cemetery, Tasha. Now bend your little thick ass over. Come on, Tasha, and ride this pony. Your little ass. Boy, Tasha, boy, was a little G unit. He wanted to get with Angie. Hi, Angie. Hey, what's up, encouraging warrior? How you doing? Hope all is well with you. I'm about to get up out of here, y'all. I appreciate all the support, everybody coming through, everybody that's been supporting and been a member of the channel, everybody that's been watching all the videos when power is not on. I appreciate you, everybody that come through when power is on. Thank you. And before I go, Christo Black, what other spinoffs could be in the work? What would you like to see? They could do the Wrath of Rojas. That's the best spinoff in the works, the Wrath of Rojas. You see him get out of jail. It's time to take over the city, take back my turf. I time to take back my turf. I want to take back all the turf. I don't give a dime, man. I take all of the turf. Nah, they do have that prequel with Ghost and Tommy that's looking good. And other than that, that's it. It's no more shows in the works, no more prequels. They didn't have anything signed up. They got the final season of Force. That's about it. So I don't know, man. 50 Cent, I guess he about done with the PCU, Power Cinematic Universe. I don't know. I think that'd be sad. This might be the biggest thing he was ever doing. Bigger than his rap career, although his first album is a classic. After that, it's a decline. Second album was good. Third, I don't even know about the rest. That's how big of a drop off. Anyway, encouraging warrior, you just got finished watching the show. This show be insulting my intelligence low key, and I can see this season gonna be messy as a fork. Rock terminating her pregnancy, and her mama is dying from cancer. So what made you mad about that? The thing that I didn't like about her going to the chop shop is she really did that quick. Like she made up her mind quick. So I guess if you $300 ain't enough to stop her. For some people, it'd take a little time to get that extra $300. But for her, she was like, "Oh no, I know what I'm doing. I've been here, been there, done that. Go ahead and suck it out. Suck it out just like they sucked it in. I got work to do. I got work to do. I'm gonna get mine. I'm gonna get mine. I got work to do. I'm a strong black woman. You know what I'm saying? You understand that? You see how I dress? You see how I look? I can get another man. That ain't no problem. I just don't want it. The father did. Suck it out. Suck it out with your lips, bitch. I don't give a damn. I'm moving on. I got to get mine. I drive a Range Rover. Is you serious? I'm a boss, bitch. This gonna mess up my outfits. You think I look like with a belly hanging out? Do you see what I wear? I'm not buying no extra large sizes.
What you think I'm about to start wearing jogging suits? You can't wear no jogging suits. That don't look good. Jogging suits don't have no style. I don't wear drawstrings and spandex. Marquita, so is BMF really done? Nah, BMF ain't done. They still got one season coming back out. But after that, I don't know. As far as I know, they filmed it already. I could be wrong, but I thought they already filmed that season. What is it, season 4? Season 3? Season 4? Season 3. Anyway, I thought they filmed it already and it just hadn't been released. I could be wrong, but you know, that's what I thought. I think it's still going to be. Now, after that, it may be over because 50 and Meech and all of that stuff going on. That's too much. Anyway, Encouraging Warrior, you say, yeah, right, Jay. I thought you would take some time to think about a decision like that. Yeah, normally you would. But then again, think about it with her. And I know you knew because you said you just got finished watching it. So I said this already in the video. But think about it. If your baby daddy dead and nobody know you was messing with him, and then when you say who it was, they're going to be like, what? It's just a lot more questions than answers that she has. And without him being there, she going to be raising his child by herself and in the game, and she's older, and she got to answer all these questions. So you're going to have a baby by him, and he gone, and you're going to take care, and you try to do it. It just, I could see in her position why she felt that way. She did do it quick. She was no nonsense. She threw up in the toilet. Next thing she knows, she like, suck it up out of here. I need this eviction notice, okay? Ain't nobody staying up in here rent free. I need that money, all right? They ain't messing up my condo. My condo is my belly. They ain't stretching it out. They ain't messing up these outfits. So I can see why she did that. But the reality is that was a big decision. That is a big deal. That's not something to be taken lightly. I will say this, being real, in the 90s, early 2000s, a lot of people didn't think so deeply about it. I know that some friends of mine had those situations, and we thought it was a good thing to be able to get that done. You know, we looked at that as a good thing. I didn't think of it. Of course, I was younger, teenage and early 20s, but I didn't think about the life or the person or all of the other stuff. It was more of a selfish thing of what can I do or not do, or I don't know this person or doing this, which then you shouldn't have been doing those things. You don't know them and do these things. So, you know, I didn't think about that and think like that until later in life. And I guess maybe information wasn't out as much for me to know this. I don't know. Maybe I didn't look forward enough. This possible. But I know after some certain situations, I thought differently about it. And I wish I'd have known and thought differently about it in the 90s and the early 2000s. So I will say how cold she was to a certain extent and nonchalant was not actually that rare. I knew a lot of people like that. Even myself, I wasn't that thoughtful as far as the repercussions of what we're actually doing. It wasn't marketed that way. People didn't have a lot of it's like, hey, you got a problem, can't do it, come here, we'll fix it. It wasn't thought that way. So, you know, when they had that person talking to her and going through all that, I was shocked because I didn't see or never heard of that at that time. And then when she told Jukebox, I think Jukebox reaction at first was kind of real in a way. Because, like, all right, think about it. That's your auntie. You all are close, but not that close. And she telling you she just went to the chop shop. You like, damn, auntie. Okay, what why you telling me? And then when she say who it was, then she like, whoa. So I think that was a lot to tell Jukebox. But I think that also showed Rock don't have no friends. Rock don't have no girlfriends. She don't have no friends at all. She's by herself. So yeah, she may have made it to the top and she's strong black woman and doing all this. She's by herself. She got nobody. Unique was all she had. Who's she gonna be with? She tried to be the man when she was with Symphony and running him. And then he don't want to get killed. So like she's by herself, miserable. All she has is Kanan. If Kanan wasn't there in that house, she'd be in that house by herself, miserable and sad. What? Because she got some money and some nice outfits. Like she miserable. And as a woman, she can't go to the club and go get a couple little hoochies and bring them home and smash. But she gonna go to the club, get a couple dudes. Y'all want to hit this? Come on, come hit this. Hit this from the back. Come on. Yeah, I be smashing dudes. I be going to the club, coming clean. I be smashing all the time. That's not a good look. You can't do that. If he was a single dude, dope man by himself, he could be going to the bar or club and buying out the bar and having all type of ditty parties and baby oil everywhere. But as a woman, she can't do that. She just, what's she doing? Eating some ramen noodles by herself. So that's bad. I think this what the game that she in ain't for women. And then what she does and how she live her life goes against what would make her happy, in my opinion. Because she love her family and want to do all these things, but trying to be a drug kingpin and a killer, that's kind of getting in the way of being a good mom, in my opinion. But hey, maybe she can balance it. I don't know. Let me see. Mr. Big Twain. Big Twain. You say also the fact that she confided in Juke with that secret. Yeah. Like she don't have nobody. She can't talk to nobody. She couldn't have told Marvin. She couldn't have told Lulu. She damn sure can't tell Kanan. Who she gonna talk to? All she got is Juke. So I think that was kind of sad for her. But it also is kind of showing that, she vulnerable right now. And, she really did need Unique, I think. It's one of the few people that could actually relate and understand her. And she says she thinks she could love him. I believe her. Who else is she going to be with that could understand how she lived and love her and she could love them? Because most women probably ain't gonna love Unique like she would, because he out running the streets. He a killer, drug dealer, whatever. Rock wouldn't have gave a damn. She would have loved him. And what dudes like Symphony or whatever want to be with her? Whereas, Unique would have been with her. So I don't know. Maybe they get back together. Drug dealer story, love story gone wrong. Maybe they get back together. We'll see. I don't know. All right, y'all. We'll get up out of here. Yeah, they was perfect for each other. Too bad he got mollywopped. I'll see y'all Friday evening with some more content about this show and season, as well as I want to go ahead and kick out this Apple TV Severance review. So, please support. I appreciate it. I know it's a million things to watch and people like to watch stuff that they watch, but hey, you may watch the review and end up getting interested and want to see what it's about. So appreciate all the support, and everybody have a good night. It's what, 250, 252. So, deuces. Everybody be safe out there in these streets. And, I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.